Do good, Maverick O'Hare. Welcome to podcast episode number 167. A lot can change in 90 days. You can get a lot done in 90 days. I don't mean to be promoting unhealthy shortcuts in any way. So please don't get me wrong. Some things just takes time. Like Warren Buffett said, you can't if it takes 9 months to get a woman pregnant and get a newborn baby, even if you get 9 women pregnant, it won't take just 1 month. Something like that. I guess I kind of butchered his quote, but you get the point. Some things just takes a bunch of time, but there are some things that can also be done in a short period of time. And what's oftentimes the case when someone spends a lot of time on something, like how long did it took that guy to do it? Yeah, it took like 2 years. Did it? Sometimes it did, but oftentimes it is what he did in the last 90 days that plays the major role in all of those results. Of course, not always, but oftentimes that's the case. It takes about 90 days to train a new person to become a United States Marine. Like 13 weeks, about 90 days. So there might be a kid sitting on a lawn mower in front of the house, mowing the lawn. 90 days later, he might find himself in a war zone as a trained Marine. I'm not sure how quickly they go into a war zone after being trained, but yeah. Rocky, the movie by Sylvester Stallone. It only took like 28 days to film the movie, and it became one of the most classic movies of all time. 90 days, about 13 weeks, about 3 months. A lot can change. You can get a lot done in 90 days. Exciting to think about. What if you really dedicated yourself and were really disciplined for 90 days? Could be life-changing. Imagine the kind of results you could get after 90 days of dedication. Really exciting stuff. By the way, the last few weeks I've been interviewing a bunch of people, a bunch of real-life success stories of people who are running an online paid community that is making at least $10,000 in profit per month, and a bunch of them are actually working very little per week as well now after they have built it. But yeah, the thing is, several of those people that I interviewed, from the day they launched their paid community until they reached $10,000 in profit per month, for several of them took them like 2 to 3 months. Isn't that exciting? And the thing is, if you launch a paid community and you're able to over $10,000 in profit per month in 90 days, of course there's no guarantee of that, but if you're able to do that, the thing is, you could probably keep going and keep growing it, nail it, then scale it. And the thing is, with an online paid community, when you're building it like a subscription business, oftentimes you really don't need that many members for it to be generating you $10,000 in profit per month. Like somewhere in between 30 and 300 members, and you're probably at over $10,000 in profit per month, depending on the price point. You know, if you have 30 members paying you $500 per month, that's like $15,000 in revenue. Then you're probably at a little bit over $10,000 in profit. Or if you had 300 people paying you like $50 per month, that would also be about $15,000 in revenue. And that should also be probably a little bit over $10,000 in profit. And how's that compared to working as an employee, stuck in the matrix of the 9-to-5 rat race for 30 years, saving up and investing a small piece of your income every month into an in the hopes that someday the income generated from your index fund will be big enough to provide you with a life of freedom. You could do it in 90 days. Maybe. Maybe you would fail miserably. Maybe you could try again. Do it the next time. That's also the advantage with a paid community. You can launch it quickly without wasting a lot of time on preparing a product that the customer doesn't want. And even if you launch a paid community and you have a certain plan of what you want to provide in it, once you get a bunch of members, it might be the case that what you were planning to provide for these people, they're not really interested in. Maybe they want something else. But then maybe you can just adapt and provide them with that. You know, a lot can be done in 90 days. The past doesn't equal the future. Even if you don't have a track record doing amazing things and achieving amazing things in 90 days, that doesn't mean that you're not capable of doing it. And when it comes to doing amazing things in 90 days, it doesn't mean that every single minute of your life, of your schedule, has to be optimized and extremely productive. If you focus on the most important things, you can achieve a lot, even if you know, even if you're not like 100% optimized, you know. The 80-20 principle, Pareto's law, or the Pareto distribution. 80% or more of our desired results usually comes from 20% or less of our input. And I think that's especially the case when it comes to knowledge work, like office work, online entrepreneurship, that kind of stuff. So if you identify those few but most important things, and you focus on those, you can be extremely effective. A half dozen things that Jim Rohn used to talk about. Now I'm taking the example of entrepreneurship, making money online, building a paid community. But of course, that's just one example. Like I mentioned, it takes about 90 days to train a US Marine. So there's a lot of things it applies to, that you can get a lot done and a lot can change in 90 days. But yeah, if you've been thinking about making money online, starting a so-called side hustle, entrepreneurship, maybe a paid community could be a great fit. And the great thing is that there's literally thousands of industries or niches out there where an unpaid community doesn't even exist. Whereas if it did exist, it could be tremendously valuable. And think about it, if all you need is like 30 to 300 members in order to profit enough to quit your day job and focus on it full time and grow it even more. If 30 to 300 members is all it takes, yeah, maybe it's actually something that you could do in 90 days. Anyway, if you want to learn from those real life success stories that I've interviewed, and also connect with a bunch of other people that are in the process of building their own paid community, check it out on communitycashcows.com. A link somewhere you can click with this podcast episode as well. But yeah, communitycashcows.com. Take care and God bless.